I'm looking for my cat. I lost my cat. Have you seen my cat? Hey Milo, have you seen my cat? Oh, there it is. Hey guys, I found my cat. I'm gonna show you how to make a pocket cat. Stick around, you're not gonna wanna miss it. Hey guys, I've got a special friend. His name is Milo, and he asked me to make him a pocket cat. So I'm gonna be using the marquee to do just that.
I got it like that. Yeah, I got it like that. I got it like that.
Milo, I had to set up the camera all by myself. You and I had a deal. I would make you the shirt, and you would do the shots. So come on, man, get back there and get on the camera, okay? All right, sorry about that. Anyway, I'm gonna be using the marquee to show you how I made this pocket cat for my friend Milo. All right, are you ready? You have the shot? Okay, perfect. All right, guys, so the first step is to digitize this pocket cat. So let's go do that now. All right, guys, for this cat, it's super easy, and we're gonna make a very wispy cat. We don't want the stitches to be too dense, otherwise it's going to get bulletproof on the shirt, and we want it to be nice and wearable and smooth and soft. So the first thing we're gonna do is we always have to work our way from the back to the front. So we're gonna start with a complex fill of just the background. So this is just my outside shape of the cat. And it's at 60 density, so this is gonna be nice and light. It's gonna cover the material, but not be so bulletproof. It's gonna be nice and soft because remember, we still have to put more things on top of it. So on top of the cat, once we do the background, we're gonna do the shading. So this is gonna be the shading for the ears, and this is just a little lighter gray, and we don't have to fill in every single spot. And this one is at 1.5 density, so very light. We just want to create some type of shadow, but we don't want to saturate the cloth with too many stitches. The next thing we're going to do is make the ears. So now we have these little ears right here, and the density on this ear right here, this one is a 0.6 density, and the nose, I want it to be a little thicker, so the nose I'm putting it at 0.5. So again, normally average density is 0.30, but this one I want it to be light. I just want it to cover enough material. I don't want it to be too dark or too heavy. Remember, we want to keep it light. Once we do the nose, now we're going to do the eyes. So I'm going to fill in the eyes. And once I fill in one eye, then we're going to do the little shadows around the eye. And I'm trying to do these stitches in a continuous motion. So once I start the stitch, if I show you here, you'll notice that, let me see, sorry about that, wrong one. There it is. So here it's gonna start the stitch there and end it right there. And on the next one, we're gonna do the eye, then we're gonna do around the other eye. And notice how this whole thing was one whole shot. So the way I did this is, if you notice on the path, this is one path. So it starts here and it ends right there. And then from here, it's gonna connect to this and make one continuous stitch. So this is just a single line image, and then it's gonna stop here, and then it takes over from here, and then it finishes the rest of the design. So by doing this, it's going to eliminate any trims and cuts, and it does the whole black outline in one shot. And the last thing that we do is the white, the little highlights on the eyes. And that's pretty much it. And those are at 0.40 because I do want them to be a little bit darker than the eyes. And notice how they're running counter the eyes. So the eyes, let's look at the lines on the eyes. If you look at the direction of the stitch is going straight up and down. And so these highlights are going horizontally, opposing the vertical direction of these, so that they kind of capture everything. If we had done them in the same direction, they would have just kind of melted and blended into it. So we want opposing stitches. And that's it, really. It's a very light design. It's not too thick, and because we are building on top of one layer on top of the other, it is going to get thicker, but we're going to put this on a t-shirt, and we want it to be nice and light. So let's run you through the design real quick. This is the 3D mode, and we're going to show you how it starts. So it's going to start with the base line. It's going to start with your complex fill at the base, then it's going to do the little shadows, and I try to keep everything in one shot. So the shadows is just one continuous stitch all the way across, and it's gonna do the nose trim, it's gonna do the ear trim, then it's gonna do an eye and trim, do around it, eye and trim, and then from here it's just gonna go one complete solid stitch all the way around without ever lifting until we do the eyes. And that's it. All right, that's it. Now let's send it via Wi-Fi to the machine so we can get it ready for running. For this project, I'm going to be using the Freestyle standing hooping station that comes with your Mighty Hoop kit. You always get the 5x5 hoop with the kit, the hooping station, and this little Freestyle standing arm. This is going to be ideal for doing this small project, as well as letting me center the image just right. And remember, we're always doing tests, so I did pre-run my cat just to make sure that it was fine. And I want the cat to be right about here. And this hooping station is going to allow me to put the shirt exactly where I want it, and I have to worry about holding the bottom hoop and the stabilizer and everything. So let's get this thing set up. I'll be using one layer of backing. It's a medium weight cutaway backing. We're going to take the bottom hoop and place it in the bottom first, and we're going to take this one and just leave it right here like this, and that right on top. Now this piece is a little bit small, but that's okay. You don't need anything big. The little pocket cat will be able to handle it. So we're going to take our shirt and just place it right over the hooping arm. And traditionally, I'm sure you guys know that when you're trying to hoop stuff like that, the backing is moving around and you're trying to hold the bottom piece, but with the hooping station, you don't need to worry about it. So I just have this nice and straight, make sure it's perpendicular, and I'm going to take my little cat, and we are going to just tuck it right underneath the pocket just a little bit, okay? Perfect. So that's good. Let me make sure that it's nice and straight. Okay, and that is well within my hoop. Let me just bring it down just a little bit. Just like that. And now we take the top hoop. Make sure that you leave the little hook towards the top, because I am going to put the sewing arm through the neck. So now that I have it here, let's make sure that it's nice in the center. Perfect, and done. Okay, so now it's perfectly straight. We just have to put it on the machine, and we're going to use this to help us center the image, but the pocket is ready to go. One thing I am going to do before I put it in the machine is I'm going to take a little pin, and I'm going to hold back this just a hair. I'm just going to fold this back a little bit and pin it so that it doesn't get in my way. So I'm just going to pin it to itself. I don't need to pin it to the shirt, but just one little stitch to itself like this. And let's put one more on the other side, just like this. Let me move this over just a little bit. Okay, so that's out of the way, and my pocket cat is going to go right on that line just like that. All right, now we're ready to put it in the machine and get started. As always, make sure you have a fresh bobbin, and we're going to take the neck and put the neck in it first, and go ahead and put the hoop in. Perfect. Now, I always like to take my hand and look underneath to make sure that there's nothing that the shirt didn't tuck under itself or anything like that. Okay, so we are going to trace this design. So we're going to lock it in the embroidery mode. We've already picked the pictures, the colors, because we already ran it. And I'm going to center it. So by centering it, let's go to needle 1. And if you look at the picture, the cross is right in between the eyes. So here, this is going to be a little too low. So we need to move the image a little bit to the right, or to the left rather, and then towards me a little bit to make sure that this ends right up on his forehead, just like that. So that looks about right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and trace it. We're going to trace the design, and it should fall right where I have this one. So hopefully it's going to fall along those lines. Let's go trace design. So it looks like it's a little bit too low, maybe by a little bit. So I'll raise it up just a hair. I want the line to be right along this edge where the seam of the pocket is. So let's do that again. I'm just going to bring it up just a little bit. So I'm going to move this towards me a hair. There we go. And trace design. Let's do that again. All right, that's just about right where the feet are going to be just underneath. And at this point, we're ready to start. So we have everything ready. We traced it. The backing is on. Fresh bobbin. Let's go. All right, Milo, you got the shot? Is it ready? Okay, let's take it out. And we're going to cut off the backing. Look at that, that came out just right. Okay, so remember the trick that I taught you guys when you're cutting out the backing. Remember, this was a medium weight backing. Just take it like this and just zip around the top. Let the fabric fall off, that way you don't cut it. You don't want to cut the cat. All right, that's it. Let's take a look. And look, it's nice and soft, nice and pliable, so it's not gonna curl up and get all nasty after you wash it. So it's gonna be nice and cool, and it's gonna sit just like that right on the shirt.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, guys, here it is. What do you think? Milo, what do you think? Hey, if you're over here, who's over there manning the camera? Anyway, if you really like this episode, remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know when we're creating the next great content. See you guys on the next one.